Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mauricette Diaz, and if this is your first time here, just know that you'll find a lot of information about nutrition, weight loss, and in this case specifically, I'll be making a review. So I just got these Core Home adjustable dumbbells, and I will be making a review about them. So they came in these two different boxes, so each dumbbell comes in a box. And then we did also get this stand, so both dumbbells are going to go here. So once we get them out of the box, I'll show you what that looks like. So the stand also came in a box. It came in yesterday and my husband set it up for me. So I'm going to take these out of the box. I'll try them out for a couple of weeks before the review, and then I'll let you know my thoughts. Now for today's video, I'm going to be making a review of two sets of adjustable dumbbells. So on this side we have the Core Home Fitness, and then on this side we have the Bowflex SelectTech 552. So we'll be talking about these two, and I actually went ahead and tried the Core Home Fitness for about 3 weeks in order to make this review. And then the Bowflex, we used to own them before. We actually have another video where we review the Bowflex against another set of adjustable dumbbells. So we're going to go ahead and put that one up here so that you can take a look in case you're interested. But in this case, we're going to be talking about Core Home Fitness against the Bowflex SelectTech 552. So the way that this video is going to be divided is we're going to start with the similarities, and then we're going to talk about differences. And at the end of the video, I'll tell you which one I would choose personally to have at home. So with that being said, let's start with similarities. So as you can see, both of them have a round shape, so similar-ish to a real dumbbell. Another similarity is that both of them start at 5 pounds, and they both go up to around, this one is 52 pounds, this one is 50 pounds, but you cannot add any more weight. So once you get them, this is the weight that they come with, and you're not able to add any additional weight if you decided that you needed to at some point. There are other brands of adjustable dumbbells that you can do that if that's something that you would be interested in. But yes, both of them come with around 50 pounds and you don't have an option to add any more weight. So now we're going to talk about the differences between the two adjustable dumbbells. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is going to be pricing. So the Core Home Fitness dumbbells, and this pricing is on their website, and of course we're going to add the website to both of them under the description, so you can go ahead and take a look if you wish to. But for the Core Home Fitness, they start at $399, but they currently are running a discount where they go down to $350. And there's also a coupon right now. Also, I don't know how long this is going to last, but right now when we check the website, it also has a coupon that it goes down all the way to $315. So if you were to buy the Core Home Fitness adjustable dumbbells right now, you're looking at around $315. Now for the Bowflex adjustable dumbbells, the website states that they are at $399. And that's the final price at the moment. So we have $399 for the Bowflex and $315 for the Core Home Fitness if you were to buy them today, August, I think it's the 27th of 2021. So the next thing that we're going to talk about is how you adjust the weight on each one. So that is a very different mechanism. So for the Bowflex, what you're going to do is you have these dials at the end, and they have the weights right here, and you have to make sure that they match, right? So you need to have 7.5 on this side, 7.5 on this side. And if you want to go from 7.5 to 10 pounds, then you flip it, you turn it, I guess. So we're gonna turn 10 and then 10. So you need to make sure that they both match at the same time, and you're kind of doing this. So you're going against, or like, yeah, kind of like in opposite directions with each hand. So right now we're at 10. Let's say we want to go back to 7.5. So we're just going to turn to 7.5. And then you just pick them up. You have your 7.5. And if you want to go to 10, then you have to turn again. Then you go to 10. So that's how you go from one weight to another with the Bowflex. With the Core Home Fitness, in my personal opinion, it's much easier and simpler. All you do is, so you grab the handle and then you kind of like just turn from one side to the other. So if you're going to the right, you're going to be adding weight. If you go to the left, you're going to be reducing weight. So right now we have 10 pounds right here. So if you want to go from 10 pounds to 5 pounds, all you do is just one little motion and then you have 5 pounds. And that is how you change the weight on each one. Now I will mention something real quick about Core Home Fitness. Right now I'm mentioning that, you know, depending if you want to add or reduce weight, you're going to turn right or left. That will depend on the position of the dumbbell itself. So sometimes depending on how you position it, it might not be right to add and left to reduce. Just know that it's like just one little motion. So one side to add weight and then you flip it to the other side to reduce weight. So the next thing that I'm going to talk about is that for the Core Home Fitness, you go in 5-pound increments. So you go from 5 pounds, 10 pounds, 15, 20, 25, so on, so on, so on. And for the Bowflex, you go in 2.5 increments sometimes. So you go from 5 pounds, 7.5, 10, 12.5, all the way up to 25. Once you get to 25, from 25 to 50, it's 5-pound increments. And then you go from 50 to 52.5, which is the max. So for example, with the Bowflex, you do have the flexibility that to go from like, okay, I don't want to do 15 pounds might be too much, so let me do 12.5. With the Core Home Fitness, you don't have that. It's either 10 pounds or 15 pounds. So it really just depends. You know, if you're really big and strong, that might not be an issue because going in 5-pound increments is totally fine. But if you're someone that's starting or someone like me that sometimes depending on some exercises, I do like to do like 12.5 or 17.5, then this is something that could be useful. So another difference that you'll find between these two is going to be the length. So with the Bowflex, even if you're doing 52.5 pounds or if you're doing 5 pounds, it's always going to be 16.5 inches long. And with the Core Home Fitness, they start at around 9 inches if you're doing 5 pounds. And if whenever you go up to 50 pounds, then it goes up to around 15 inches. So with the Core Home Fitness, you get, you know, depending on the weight that you're doing, it will start getting a little bit longer. But if you're only doing 5 pounds, it's 9 inches or around 9 inches. And with the Bowflex, if you're doing 5 pounds, it's still going to be the 16.5 inches. And the length of the dumbbell can be very inconvenient depending on the exercise that you're performing. So now, before I tell you which one I would choose and why, I do want to talk about some flaws that I found on each one. So the first flaw that I'm going to mention is going to be with Bowflex. We talked about this flaw also on the other video that you'll find on the description below. And it's a flaw that it's kind of important to me. It's very important because when it happened to us, it was very challenging. So I'll just tell you what it is. So sometimes when you're going from one weight to the other, and you try to pick it up, it gets stuck. So the weight just somehow, like, you just can't move it, it gets stuck. And for them to get unstuck, you have to like do this whole thing where you almost have to put them apart, and there's a point where you have to put your finger in the middle of the plate and you can hurt yourself. It's not terribly, you're probably not going to bleed, like, I mean, it's not a terrible injury, but your finger can get caught and, you know, it's just not fun. So unfortunately, it happened more than once. So it seemed like it's something that happens. It didn't happen all the time, but it would happen every now and then. And it's just very frustrating when it happens because it's very time consuming to fix the problem. Now, with Core Home Fitness, the flaw that we found only applies when you don't have a stand. So I tried the weights most of the time, the 3 weeks that I had them. I used them with a stand. So with the stand, we never encountered this issue. Without the stand is when we realized that there was this little detail. So if you're using if you're using the dumbbell all the way up to 35 pounds, I'll show you right now, you can just lift it up and you don't have any issues, right? Well, the moment that you go from 35 pounds to 40 or higher, this is what happens. The entire base comes with you. So what you have to do in this case, and we tried it, and I'll show you what that looks like. You put your foot on the base of the base, or you put your foot above the base, and then you lift it up, and you're able to lift up the 40 pounds. All right, so now the moment we've all been waiting for, the final decision. So without further ado, I would personally choose and keep the Core Home Fitness. So this is our winner. Now, with that being said, I highly recommend getting the stand. So, and that is because of what we just talked about. With the stand, which is what I use them with, so I used them for 3 weeks before making this video, and I always use them with the stand, and I never encountered a single issue using the stand. It was only when we took it out of the stand that we encountered that lifting it with more than 40 pounds, sometimes the base comes with it, and then you have to use your foot to keep it down. But besides that, we didn't encounter any issues. They're very easy to use. The switching mechanism between one weight and the other, super simple. We really love them. I use them, my husband used them, and we're both really big fans. We were very surprised, very pleasantly surprised. So this is definitely the winner, but I highly recommend getting the stand as well. And once again, unfortunately, the reason why I did not choose the Bowflex is just how inconvenient they are. They're very long. The length is very inconvenient. It's really hard to perform certain exercises, and it just feels weird sometimes. So that's the reason why. There's also, of course, the fact that when they get stuck, it's very hard to unstuck them, and I always get my finger pinched, and it's just very time consuming. So yeah, with that being said, final decision is going to be Core Home Fitness. We love them. Definitely keeping them. So yeah, that was the video for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you find it useful. If you have any comments, or if you've tried any other dumbbells, or if, I don't know, if you have the Bowflex and you want to leave a comment, or the Core Fitness, and there's any tips or anything that I missed, please go ahead and leave everything on the comment section below. And if not, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please don't forget to do that now, as well as give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Thank you again, and I'll see you next time. Bye.